Okay, hello everyone, and it is week 8 of these classes. We've only got 3 classes left. So today we're going to do a bit of a Pilates style workout. It's called Pilates, but you can interpret it differently, but we're going to be working our glutes and our core for some nice injury prevention. So starting on our backs, we're just going to lay down and start off with just getting the spine working. So on our backs, I want you to make a little diamond with your hands on your pelvis, and we're just going to point the diamond up and then point it down, rocking through our pelvis. Just getting that motion. Just want to get some mobility through our spine before we get started with the first exercise. We're going to be working glutes, and we're going to make this motion come into the exercise. So, first exercise we're going to do, before we get started, make sure your feet are both on the floor and close to your bottom. I've got no shoes on. If you want to wear shoes, that's fine. If you don't, then it's fine as well. And what we're going to do is the first exercise, we're going to tilt, and as we push that diamond towards the sky, we're going to lift our hips up and do a little hip raise. And then slowly back down, going through each vertebra at a time. So, little glute thrusters. We've done these ones before. I've called this class Pilates 2.0. So, we're going to step it up a little bit from what we did previously. So this is our first exercise. Make sure those feet are still really firm on the floor. Pushing through your heels. Don't just throw your weight around, try and control the movement. Up slowly, squeeze those glute muscles, and then slowly lower back down. Don't just let your body drop either. Let the muscles concentrically lower your body down. Second exercise is we're going to find that top point, and we're just going to do smaller little thrusters. So little hip pulses. So this is our second exercise, guys, and welcome to those who've joined us on Blue Jeans. Just be careful, I'm recording, so if you could mute your microphones, please. I wonder if she heard me. Sorry guys, on YouTube. And then our last exercise for this set is we're going to hold that bridge, and watching my feet, we're going to go up onto our toes. So little kind of calf raises. So just a reminder, I think Erica, if you could mute your microphone, that would be great, please, we can hear you. Keep breathing. So little calf raises, trying to hold your bridge up. Welcome back, Sue. We only just started. And then have a rest. Now, important when you're doing these classes, you don't have to go with me. You can have rest breaks in between if you want. I'll try and make it a bit harder because we've only got the 30 minutes. Seconds will be a hard workout. So, placing our feet back down, we're going back to just the usual hip thrusters. So, all the way up, all the way down, really trying to focus on the control of the exercise. Making sure we squeeze the glutes at the top, push our heels into the floor. I pick my toes up slightly. If you're finding that your toes are taking all the weight and you're not able to get your heels down, it might help to put little plates underneath or something like a block underneath your heels, just so that you have the contact there. So when I say plates, I mean weight plates, but obviously if you don't have them, something else around the house will do, like some books or something. Just so you can push off them. Just means you have tight calves. Also stretching them at the end of the session would be good. And then we're going into little pulses now. So these little pulses, just kind of hovering around that top range that you had. If your glutes are starting to really burn, feel free to have a break. But if you're with me, we've got another exercise after this one. We're going to do 3 sets in total of each exercise today. So it'll be a nice little burner. remembering not to let your shoulders come too close to your ears, just relax your neck. And then last exercise, holding our bridge high, and we're just little calf raises. So keep the glutes tight, keep your tummy locked on tight, but just remember to breathe as well. Breathing is the most important thing during exercise, and I must say I forget to. So if you notice you're holding your breath, just let it all out. Another few seconds here, then we'll have a short rest again. And resting. Squeeze those knees into your chest, give your lower back a nice good stretch. Might want to just rock side to side. Just a reminder, I think Erica, if you could mute your microphone please. I think we're getting a bit of noise come through. Alright, back down for our last set. Feet on the floor, make sure they're nice and close to your bottom. And we're pushing our hips up, all the way up, all the way down. If you're starting to shake, I'm with you. Another one is to not let your knees kind of sway around, keep them really steady. If you want, if you have an item at home, you can put a ball in between your legs and hold it tight, or put a band around your thigh just to engage more muscles. Keep breathing and get ready, hips up and little pulses. Good, remember don't hold your breath. Keep breathing, keep pushing those heels through to the mat. And getting ready, holding our hips up high now, little calf raises. Keep holding tight through the belly, but breathe. Don't let your neck tighten up, let it go nice and relaxed. Mine's starting to tense up. Make sure your feet aren't too far away from your bottom. Another 10 seconds here. If you can, try and go just a little bit higher with your bridge. Squeeze those glutes. Feel the burn and rest. Oh, feels good, doesn't it? Give yourself a little bit of a squeeze and a cuddle and rock around. If you need to have a stretch, a good one for the glutes is just to chuck your knee to your ankle, which you'll see on the workout in the stretches below. Do both sides just quickly, and then we'll get on to another glute exercise. So, a little bit of a challenge now. We're going to go onto one leg. So we're going to do one-legged hip pulses, but because this is a bit of a challenge, I do encourage you, have the other one just there ready, just in case you need a bit of help. Otherwise, we're up and down, just on the one. If you want, your feet can be hovering, your foot can be on your knee. That's probably a little medium exercise intensity, just helps a bit. Or you can have just lightly touching with the other foot. So just going up and down on that one leg. I'm going to stick my ankle to my knee. I feel like that's a pretty in-between version. Keep breathing. And change legs. I was talking for a bit longer there. With this one, we still want to be pushing all your weight through your heel and keeping locking on that glute when you get to the top. Try not to go really fast, just really control the movement. Go nice and slow. And have a rest. Just grab myself a quick drink. As you talk a lot, your throat starts to get a bit sore. This time, second exercise for this round, we're going to place our feet nice and close together. We're going to zip up through our legs and we're going to push and do hip thrusters again. But this time we're really focusing on squeezing our legs together. So something a bit different. We're working those inner thighs. Still remembering to keep your weight on your heels, keeping your feet close to your bottom. If you want to make it a bit harder, you can pick your hands up and hold them above your head, or you can put them on your belly, up to you. Just adds a little something to the exercise. And we're going to hold now, so holding, zipping our legs tight, holding that bridge. Really a short hold, then we'll go back to the one-legged ones. Because this one's a bit harder, we'll just do 2 sets. Keep holding, keep squeezing, make sure your knees are pushing together. 3, 2, and 1. Just a short rest. Give your knees a squeeze and a cuddle. Okie dokie. Back to the one leg. So placing that foot on the ground, just the one. You can have your foot on your knee, your foot in the air, or your foot just ready to help out. Otherwise, let's go for the one-legged. Make sure your weight is going through your heel, not your toe. With this one, don't worry about the spine rolling through. Keep your spine straight and just gently tap the mat and then back up. So keep your spine nice and neutral as you go through it. That way we're working more of the glute rather than the pelvic floor. There's different ways to do exercises. This way we're just fatiguing one muscle a bit more rather than incorporating others. Woo, it's getting a bit hot behind there. 3, 2, and 1. Changing legs. Now you can change staying up in a bridge if you want. Just make it a bit harder again. If your arms are up as well. Another little option. But we're going up and down on that one leg now. Now if you notice that your hips are starting to get a bit wobbly, try and slow it down and just go, okay, I really want to try and focus on keeping them straight rather than just throwing your body into it. Still remembering to breathe. Another 3, 2, and 1. Have a rest. Just a short one. We're going to place our feet back together. Last 2 exercises for this one. And then I think we've got abs. Yes, we do. Feet together, zipped up those legs, and let's push up for our hip thrusters. All the way up, all the way down. Try and focus on both those muscles activating simultaneously as you get to the top. If you're noticing one hip's kind of going a bit faster than the other, try and slow it down again. Focus. Really focus on tensing both at the same time. And getting ready and holding. Holding that bridge. Keep those legs locked on tight. Feet are together, zipped up through the legs like a mermaid. Keep holding that bridge. Hold those hips high. Maybe just push them a little bit higher. 3, 2, and 1. Oh, let it all go. Give your legs a squeeze. Alright, that's the glutes end of the class. We're moving on to some abs now and then we'll finish off with some more glutes. So, if you want, go have a quick drink. It's always good to have water handy. So we've got 3 ab exercises. First one, which we'll just get started straight away. Feet are in the air now, my legs are bent. If you can have straight legs like the photo without being in a bit of pain, then go ahead. Otherwise, we're just reaching for our toes for the first exercise. You don't have to obviously touch your toes, so don't feel like you have to get right up there. But obviously, the higher you go, the harder the exercise. If you're just doing a little crunch there, that's plenty. If you need to support your neck, feel free to just hold it, but try not to pull it. reason I have our legs up in the air is because it reinforces that lower back on the floor. It prevents pain from kind of coming from there because we're using more of just our really small abdominal muscles here. Just a really quick ab round and resting there with that one. Give yourself a bit of a rock side to side. Our next exercise is we're going to have our knees bent at tabletop position, so 90 degrees at the hips and knees. And what we're going to do, I like to place my hands just kind of near my bottom to help with the lower back. We're going to go one leg straight, other leg straight, one leg back, other leg back. So I called these leg bends, I didn't really know what to call them, but otherwise I'll tell you when it's halfway and we'll switch lead. So one leg back, other leg back, one leg forward, other leg forward. So you can go at this at your own speed. You can go at your own height. If your height is just kind of up here, feel free. If your height is down here, then that's great. But find what feels good for you, what's in the middle. If you want to kind of progress yourself and go a bit lower each time, do that. Give it a go. Change direction, so other leg goes forward first. Remembering this whole time, you want to keep your lower back flat on the floor. If you can get your hands under there, then you need to focus on pushing it down with your abs. It wouldn't seem like this exercise is very hard, but when you've held your legs up there for a while, it starts to get a bit hard. Last couple now. And resting. And our last exercise, options. Easiest option is feet on the floor and rocking side to side. That's more of a stretch though, so if you want to go a bit harder, legs up in the air, and we're doing wipers. So you can have your arms out. Try not to push off them, but if you can, bring them more diagonal, and then that way you're using more of your body core muscles to pull your legs back up. And then again, if you want to make it even harder, straight legs. But as you can see, they get a bit hard when you do that. So when you're pulling your legs up, try and focus on really squeezing through those ab muscles to pull them up. And then off to the other side. Try not to push. Harder again, you can lift your hands up off the ground.
Oops.
Did you fall?
Yeah. Ooh.
Yeah, it gets a bit harder. Another 3, 2, and 1. Have a rest. Give your legs a squeeze. That's round 1 done. Give you a minute to compose. And back to the start. So feet up in the air and we're reaching for our toes. So 3 sets on these exercises. So we've got another 2 rounds to go. With this one, you have a few options. You can go all the way down and relax and then tense back up, or you can keep your shoulders off the ground and fatigue them a bit more. Each one's different in its approach. If you're going down and relaxing, you're probably working through a more length of ab muscle. If you're staying up, you're fatiguing a smaller amount of them, but they're getting more work. So I'll leave that one with you. 3, 2, and 1. Have a rest. Back to the next exercise, which was the leg bend. So one leg straight, other leg straight. One leg bend, one leg bend. I'll tell you when it's halfway. If you're finding that your hip flexors are really starting to hurt, it might mean that we just need to work on your core strength even more. If you need to, just kind of help by propping your body bottom up a bit on your hands and not going as low. Change direction, so other leg goes first. remember, you're always allowed to have a break whenever you want it. You're not ruled by how I'm going, although I don't know if I could go much more. And have a rest. Oh, squeeze it. Abs are feeling good there. And last ab exercise. Feeling it now. We're going to go back to the wipers. So legs how you want them, and we're just rocking side to side. I'm going to move my drink bottle out of the way. So trying to focus on not pushing off your arms, but using your abs to pull yourself back up. Remember, if this one's just a bit hard and you want to make it a bit easier on yourself, chuck those legs on the ground. Alternatively, if you've got a fit ball at home, which is a very lovely piece of equipment, you can put the fit ball under your leg and roll with that ball. But these classes are for everyone. You don't have to have special equipment, luckily, so whatever you have around. And resting. Squeeze those knees in. Oh, last round of the abs, and then we'll go on to our glutes again. So back to the first one, feet up in the air, and we're reaching for our toes. Shall we make this a quick round? I think so. So with this one, you can reach for your toes. I like to maybe slide my hands up my knees. Try and get a little bit higher each time if you can. And remember, you don't have to do 100 reps inside the set. It's about going at your pace. What works for you? And resting on this one. If you need to, have a quick stretch. Otherwise, if you're with me, we're going back to the leg bends. So, one leg out, other leg out. One leg in, other leg in. Remember to keep that lower back on the floor. Hold your tummy muscles really tight, but breathe in deeply. Don't have to go fast with this one. It's more about the control aspect. Change direction. If you need a quick little reset, give yourself a break, let the pain subside, and then get back into it. Last one. And resting. Oh, I feel you guys. My hip flexors, my back. Oh, it's not fun, is it? But it's things like this that'll help prevent those things. Last exercise, feet up in the air, we're twisting side to side. Good on you if you've got your arms up. It's been a long day. I know it's hard when you finish your day of work and you don't want to exercise. Who wants to exercise after a long day? But you'll find after doing these classes, you actually start to feel a lot better at the end of your days. It gets a lot easier and easier, and you start feeling less fatigue and pain and soreness. So just trust me, stick with it. It is very worth it. Another 3, 2, and 1. Oh, give those abs a break. Ugh. If we want to flip over onto our belly now, good opportunity to do an ab stretch or a cobra stretch. So where you feel comfortable and just pushing up to where you like. You might feel a bit of tightness through those core muscles. I definitely do. Give yourself a little bit of a massage through the lower back if that means just twisting side to side. We're getting on to our last round of exercises, which, as promised, is the glutes. So if you need a quick drink, grab one. Otherwise, meeting me in all fours, tabletop. So we have some donkey kicks. along with fire hydrants. Some exercises have really funny names, don't they? But essentially, a donkey kick is choosing one leg, flexing the foot, and we're going to stick our heel up and try and push it towards the ceiling and then back. Now I emphasize we have a bent leg, not a straight leg. So really focus on squeezing your glutes when you get to the top and back down. So this is our first exercise. The pace is up to you. I don't want you going too fast, but really try and remember to squeeze at the top. Even hold it for like a microsecond and let it go back down. And flex the foot as well. Keep that heel as the top one. Remembering as well, if you're on your hands and your wrists are starting to feel a bit sore, drop down to your elbows. There's nothing wrong with elbows. If you've got a chair around, you can maybe just have a little upper body nap on the chair while your legs do the work. It's up to you though. Probably feeling a bit of a burn right now. Our next exercise is a fire hydrant. Now you're probably wondering, oh, what's a fire hydrant? Let me show you what they are and I'll let you guess. So we're just lifting the leg off to the side. Now try not to let your body kind of fall into it. Try and keep your whole body straight while that one leg does all the movement. We inherently want to kind of help out the movement so we can get the height, but it's more about the technique rather than getting our leg up high. So this is working one of our glute muscles along with some other little ones in there. Sometimes when they're a bit weak, we might get a bit of pain, or other muscles might be a bit tight in their absence of strength. So it's really good to strengthen all these muscles, as they all play a very important role. And relax. If you need to have a little child's pose stretch, just quickly, and over to the other leg now. So flex that foot, have the other one just nice and flat, and let's push up. So we only have time for 2 sets of these ones, and then you're done. Well done for making it through another class. Remembering to squeeze that glute in the top. Try not to have your shoulders close to your ears either, let them relax. And off to the side for our fire hydrants. I wonder if you've got it yet. Imagine a little puppy dog. That's all I'll say. Remember, if any of these exercises are giving you a bit of pain, because I obviously don't know each individual person and what your needs are, please stop and just maybe let your physio know that you're doing these kind of exercises, or doctor, and see what they have to say. I wouldn't want to hurt anyone. Another 3, 2, and 1. Oh, short rest. Give it a reset. 1 set done. 1 to go. If you need to give your wrists a bit of a break, roll your wrists around, give your shoulders a stretch, and back to it. So, first leg again, flex that foot, and let's push up. Remembering to keep your back straight. If you're tempted to look over at the screen, try not to because your neck will twist. Just keep everything nice and neutral. Don't let your head droop as well. Keep it in line. You'll probably find that you might compensate and put more weight on your left knee and come over to that side. Try to challenge yourself and keep your body in a similar position to if that other knee was on the floor. That way you're working more of your core as well. So come away from that side, come to your midline. You'll probably find you shake a bit more. And fire hydrants. Straight into it, no mercy. Similar deal, try and keep your body straight through that midline. Last one, and other leg, no rest. Smash it out, one more set to go. Keep those shoulders nice and relaxed. Still want to hold your belly nice and tight as well. But breathe. I'm glad I put that aircon on, hey? Almost let it go. And getting ready, fire hydrants to finish us off for today. Trying to squeeze that glute at the top. More seconds left. Three, two, and one. Oh, done. Resting there, guys. Good work. I'll finish us off in a butterfly stretch. I know I said I wouldn't do any stretches at the end, but if you just grab onto those feet, if you're able to, this stretch is, you don't have to do it. And just try and get those knees down if you can. As you notice, I can't get mine very low, but this is a good stretch to do straight after those exercises. So I hope you all enjoyed, and I hope to see you again next week. We've got 2 more classes now, so 9 and 10, and then we'll have a break over summer. I'll be back in February to probably do another block, so keep an eye out for that. Otherwise, thank you very much.